starting with your discriminant homework, you had to do 17 and 18. Okay, so down here, 17 and 18, it asks to find the value of the discriminant to determine the nature of the roots. And then for part B, you actually had to use any method to find the real roots if they exist. Okay, so you already had to do a couple of these before. So for 17, I'll find my discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. So that's going to be 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times 1. So 9 minus 4, which is 5. So my discriminant is 5. It's positive, so it is real. Alright, but I cannot take the square root of 5. You're going to get something irrational. So that means that my roots are real, but they are irrational and unequal. So that is choice 3 in the instructions. Alright, so for starters, they are irrational and unequal. I cannot spell today. Alright, irrational and unequal. And then, for actually finding the roots, you know, if you want to complete the square or try and factor or do whatever, you are more than welcome to. But since you already found the discriminant, I would just go ahead and use the quadratic formula. Alright, because that's going to be negative b plus or minus the square root of what you just found, 5, all over 2a. And so there you go. You're done. Number 7. Oh, we just did 17. Number 18. Go ahead, find my discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. Okay, now in this case, there is no b, alright, because b is what goes on the x term. So if you want to, what you could do is kind of put in a little placeholder. We could rewrite this as 2x squared plus 0x minus 8, if that maybe makes it easier for you. Okay, so this is going to be 0. You can't just put nothing. You need to put the 0 in there. So this is going to be 0 squared minus 4ac. So this is going to be 0 plus, because you've got a negative times a negative, and that is going to be 64. So it's just 64. Alright, in this case, 64 is positive, so that being under the square root, you're taking the square root of a positive number that's real, and it's a perfect square, so you're going to end up getting 8. So it's real, and not only is it real, but it's rational, and it's going to be unequal because we're going to have plus or minus 8. So the first part, the nature of the roots, is that they are rational and unequal. Okay? And just to further show it, when you go ahead and find the roots, you're going to do x equals negative b, so negative 0, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. That's what you just found. All over 2 times 2. So the answer is going to be 0 plus or minus 8 all over 4. Which in this case you can simplify because that either means you've got x equals 0 plus 8 over 4 or x is equal to 0 minus 8 over 4. So you get that x is equal to 2 or x is equal to negative 2. Alrighty. So yes, it is pretty simple. Like I said, it's nothing new. It's just using the quadratic formula in a different way. So for statistics, you had to do number 3 from the dispersion worksheet. It's the one that we've been working with. Okay, make sure that when you put this into your calculator, these went into list 1, and your frequencies went into list 2. And when you put this in your calculator, you should have one variable statistics, list 1, right? You hit the second button and then the number 1, comma, you have to have the comma, and then list 2. You hit the second button and then number 2. Alright, you have to have list 1, list 2, you have to have the comma. And then all that data comes up there. So for A, we're looking for the sample standard deviation. That's going to be 10.314. B is the population standard deviation that has 10.286. C is the sample variance. So I'm going to take my sample standard deviation and you're going to square it. When you do that, you're going to get 106.4. D wants the population variance. So you're going to take your population standard deviation and square it. So that is going to be 105.8. For E, I'm pretty sure that was the mean, so they want 53.84. Okay, remember that is the X with the bar on it in your statistics. We wanted the first quartile, that's Q1, so 45. The median, which is MED, M-E-D, med, I guess. H is your third quartile, Q3, that's 60. And last, your interquartile range, which is Q3 minus Q1, so 60 minus 45, which is 15. Okay, you also have to do that normal distribution worksheet that I handed out. I'm actually not going to give you the answers to that because I want to talk about it more in class. Maybe I can give my explanation a little better with these examples. So those I will give you in class, and I will see you next class.